Previously, Sunraku tells Emul that the boss wants him to get training, so Emul takes him to the best arena in Rabbituza named Vorpal Coliseum. Emul reminds him that this training will make him an expert against monsters, but the only condition is that he has to fight against the monsters using only the Vorpal weapons. Sunraku gets excited as he wants to get the best training to be better against Pencilgun. Now, before the fight with the 10th opponent, Vash appears at the arena. Emul gets so excited to see him. She mistakenly calls him Dad, then realizes that he is appearing as a boss at the arena, so she immediately begins calling him boss. He shares that the 10th fighter is the one he caught himself. The monster gets into the arena and its chains are removed. Sunraku gets so surprised to see a monster that looks so much like a human, but its clothes make it look like a sorcerer too. He is a kind of monster who has been living for a long time. Their ancestors fused their bodies with plants to gain a longer life. Vash is so sure that no one can win against this aberrant woodmitch, so he has already devised a special criteria for Sunraku. He only has to survive the 5 minutes of the fight. Sunraku thinks that the fight is going to be so easy as only surviving would take much of his effort. So he rolls his Vorpal choppers in his hands carelessly, but suddenly a tree bark falls behind him. It's like Woodmage attacked him with a certain technique without moving an inch from his location. At the same time, numerous wooden branches arise from the floor of the arena. Sunraku begins moving away to survive the attacks from the Woodmage, but he initially thought that the fight would be easy. Now he thinks exactly the opposite, that it would be a great achievement if he did not get killed in this time frame. He jumps quickly from one point to another to survive the shackles of Woodmage's branches, while Boss Vask watches him and appreciates his confidence. On the other hand, Woodmage is so powerful as he has achieved level 120. At the same time, Sunraku attacks the Woodmage by quickly moving towards it, but surprisingly, the choppers reach their bodies, but he cannot pierce it. That declares one thing, he won't be able to physically harm the Woodmage. At the same time, Woodmage throws numerous chains at him. Emul is keeping track of time. The timer shows that 1 minute of survival is complete. Now Sunraku has to survive for 4 more minutes. Boss wants to test his actual fighter's Vorpal soul. On the other hand, Woodmage estimates that Sunraku is an actual beast who would not lose so easily. Woodmage uses the roots like a spear. Each time, they arise from a different direction. While the chains coming from its body hit so hard on touch, Sunraku keeps running fast, as for now, he can only deduce that the only way to survive is to keep dodging the attacks. But in spite of all the physical powers Woodmage has, he also uses a stick to inflict mixed magical powers on Sunraku. He slips through the attacks, but after each attack, the magic gets denser and his attacks get harder. The number of chains and magic attacks is covering the most area. Sunraku says that if the attack frequency keeps increasing, it will be hard to survive 5 minutes. So far, he has come against a deadly enemy, which was Lycagon. Sunraku begins getting tired after some time. It's like all his powers are draining, and he needs some carb energy. His brain powers are also reducing, and he wants to give up now. But then Sunraku assails himself for showing no resilience and trying to give up in the early minutes. He remembers those times when he was fighting against the Mud Digger. It was Emul who helped him win that fight, or he would have lost that fight too easily. He is so embarrassed that he wants to lose so easily. Sunraku blames the trash games, saying that playing so many pointless trash games has weakened his mind. Suddenly, he gets on a root of Woodmage and begins running on it to get to Woodmage. Vash watches his strategy and understands that Sunraku now wants to get closer to Woodmage by breaking the attacks. Only that way will he reach closer to the monster. Only 2 minutes remain, and Vash can't see any significant strategy in Sunraku's attacks. Suddenly, Sunraku kicks the hand of Woodmage, who is holding the stick. With the help of the stick, it throws the magic attacks at him. The stick falls far away. To get the stick back, Woodmage throws its root that will catch it. But at the same time, Sunraku throws the chopper and begins running towards the stick. Vash shouts at Sunraku to show him a good game trick. At the same time, Woodmage gets so angry that Sunraku is running with its stick. Its physical attack frequency increases with each second. But Sunraku keeps running, while Emul encourages him to keep dodging as there is only 1 minute left. Suddenly, Woodmage makes a wall in front of Sunraku to stop him and grabs his feet through the chains. Before that, Lycagon's marks were preventing Woodmage from wrapping its roots around Sunraku. But now, after getting many punches, it can wrap around the roots. At the same time, there are only 12 seconds remaining to complete 5 minutes when Sunraku throws Woodmage's stick in the air. After catching the falling stick, Sunraku keeps Woodmage busy by saying that he could have won the fight using only physical attacks. The 5 minutes end, but even then, Woodmage keeps throwing fire magic towards Sunraku. He begins running, saying that he has already survived the due time. At the same time, Boss Vash comes into the arena and stops Woodmage. Then he appreciates Sunraku for the glorious win. He announces that Sunraku will get the reward. But then he shares the news that Sunraku will be awarded the title of Honorary Rabbituzen. Vash suddenly takes away the special Rabbituza collar. Then the game announces that the special scenario Rabbituza is cleared now. Vash begins walking away from the arena with Emul and other bunnies, while Sunraku keeps stopping. Then Sunraku is given the option that he wants to play the Vorpal Epic scenario. He gets so angry that he has not gotten any actual reward from the unique scenario. Rekuro removes the VR headset and watches the time. It's already too late at night. Sunraku once again begins playing the game and tells Emul that the Vorpal Epic scenario requires a player to be at level 80, while he is only at level 31. He wants to know more about the epic Rabbituza story. Sunraku suggests that in the game forums, a whole group is dedicated to finding such stories, but he is more interested in getting into the main game. He wants to hold the unique scenario for now and tells Emul that he is getting ready to try and enter the new area. But the problem is that the P-Curse group is after him. Even if he tries to hide his identity, they will find him through the Lycagon marks. Emul thinks of an idea and takes him to a place where his brother lives. He is Pete's, and he works in Rabbituza and other areas too. He sells goods and clothes. So Emul requests that he give Sunraku a special dress that will hide his face and Lycagon marks. When Pete calls him Birdman, he takes off his mask to show that he has a real human face beneath it. Emul gets so surprised, as she also thinks that the bird mask is a part of Sunraku's identity, and he will never take it off. Then he asks Pete to give them the special fabric. He begins searching and gives the cloth a special price tag. After wearing those clothes, Sunraku goes straight to the merchant shop. He asks her to give him the map of Thirdima. That way, it will be easier for them to get through the area. The white shroud covers Sunraku from head to toe. Only his eyes are uncovered. On the other hand, Emul has also turned into a girl to get through the city of Thirdima. She advises him to keep calm, as the dress is only a help in getting them through the city safely. Emul keeps drinking the magic potion to maintain his human form, and Sunraku has also bought the recovery items. Now they watch the map to see how they will get through the prismatic forest grotto. The forest is full of mazes where a number of types of flowers grow in each color. After crossing that, they will pass through a collection of water in a small area. The water is collected in a hole, which was the site of a volcano. The next path is the Iron Ruin of Divinity. That area is named after its specialty, which is that it contains many iron boards along the way. All the paths are difficult, and Sunraku asks Emul what he should do, but then he comes up with the decision to go through the prismatic forest first. He tells Emul that he will especially try to bypass the Iron Ruins of Divinity. As is evident from its name, it must contain some advanced weapons. Suddenly, Sunraku sees that someone is secretly watching him from the corner of the street. It's Seiger Zero. Sunraku gets so terrified that Seiger Zero is following him. And that's the end of the 8th episode of Shangri-La Frontier. Please comment and let me know which anime recap you'd like to see next. As always, if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a lot of videos just like this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, goodbye.